Okay, so fine, guys. So let's start the session. So today we will be creating a today we'll work on a project, and this project is really very excited and very useful. The use cases which I will cover in this project is really very in demand use case in the industries. And if I talk about which type of the industries, any type of the industry, right? Whether is it IT, healthcare domain, insurance domain, whatever the domain, wherever you will go there, you can see the use case of this particular, right? Uh, just a second, guys. Just 1 second, please. Yeah, uh, I'm really sorry, guys. So, the project which we are going to cover today, the use case, it is really very useful, right? So, just think that why I'm saying that it is very useful, just because we are going to access and we are going to create a RAG application from the database, and just think that in which are the industry where we are not using that any database, right? I don't think that there's any industry there where we are not using that database. Every information is in the database, right? But just think that in order to handle that database, we have some SQL database administrator, right, which is an IT person. But not all the people who are working in that particular company is related to the IT. So let's suppose that there's a non-IT person who wants to extract the data, right? Who wants to see the data from the database. How can they see that? Because they don't know any SQL query, they don't know anything, right? So in that case, now we are going to develop an application through which what we will do that by using some OpenAI and LangChain library, we'll develop an application where just the user will ask the question, and this question is going to be converted into the SQL query, and this SQL query will be hit in your database and will extract the information and will show to you, right? So isn't very amazing, right? You'll not have to care about it anything, and you don't give a any kind of the you don't have to take the tension that like I will have to learn the SQL and all in order to extract the information. You just have to ask the question, simple ask the question just like you ask with the human, and this Gen AI powered application will return you the answer, right? So today's project and the use cases which I'm going to cover today, this is based on the same approach, right? So I think the agenda is clear and about the project is clear, everyone. Any doubt, like what kind of the project and what are we going to use today? So I'm going to repeat. I hope a lot of the people joined just now. So I'm going to repeat it just quickly. I'm going to repeat. Like today, we are going to work on a project. The use case of this project is the chat with the SQL database. Now, why I'm saying that chat with the SQL database? So in that particular case, we will have some data over inside the SQL database, right? Which is in the tabular form. We have a multiple tables which are they have a relationship with the help of primary and foreign key. I hope if some of you if know about a SQL data set. So we in any database we have multiple data set, right? I mean multiple tables, and both tables, I mean all the tables are connected together by some foreign key and API, primary key, right? So we are going to create a RAG application in which we'll ask the query and the things will come from the database, right? Now, this is the first thing. So we'll do the experiments on Jupyter Notebook. We will see. So here today we will see end-to-end development of any application. I'm not going to create any UI because I'm not the UI person, but I will show you how the AI team actually work in industries, right? So today I'll show you, very first we'll do the experiment on Jupyter Notebook, then we'll do the script preparation, then we will develop the API. We will work on the by using the Flask, we'll create the API of each functionality. So I hope now the agenda is very much clear to all of you. If yes, then please quickly do let me in the chat. There are 18 people, and guys, today's project, I just want, like, just one thing I want with all of you. You all are, whoever is very much interested and excited. Please be very focused and be, please act like an please show the activeness. So if I'm saying that, is it clear? Then you guys will have to do let me know in the chat. So there are 18 people. I would like to hear it from the everyone. So is it clear, guys? Great. Great, great, great. Nice. It's really amazing. So now uh I am going to share my screen. Just I hope you guys can see my screen now, right? Uh, Anyone, please do let me know in the chat. Anyone, all out of you? Yeah, great. You can see my screen. So now let me very first give you the walkthrough of the database. What database do we have it, and how this database looks like that, and from which database, like what are the things we have stored in the database. Okay, so let's use that first. So what I'm going to do that I'm just opening the MySQL command line, right? Now I'll give my password over there, right? Now if I will say show database, okay, no, show databases. Okay, see, I have a multiple database, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this one, this AHI database, right? This AHI, so what I'm going to do, use AHI database. Now database has changed. Let's see that the tables, how many tables do we have? So if I talk about the tables, show tables. So basically we have a three table guys here. The first table is cattle, cattle ownership, and the farm. So let's quickly see what are these tables are. So if I will say select star from cattle. So guys, this is the data set, right? So here we have a tag number, breed of the animal. So basically this AHI data set is the data set of the animal in which we have all the details of the animals, right? So basically there's a company who have a lot of the pets, right? So their business is to sell and buy the animals. They keep the record of all the animals, their breed, and lot of the type of the lot of the whatever the things we have in an animals, they keep the track of all the things. So see, we have a tag number, we have the breed, gender, the birth date, weight, color, whether that animal is pregnant or not, mother ID, father ID. So these are the things we have it. For example, we have Angus. It's a tag number is something T002. Then the gender is this, birth date is this, weight this, black, and all, right? So this is such kind of the data we have in a cattle, right? Now let's see about other table. What kind of the things we have in other table? So what I'm going to do, I will write the same query, select star, just a second, guys, from the, sorry, from this. Now, see, we have something called cattle ID, farmer ID, acquisition date, and cost. So basically, if you will notice, this table has the mother ID and father ID. And this cattle table has a relationship with this cattle ownership table. On which columns? On cattle ID and the farmer ID, right? So it means that for 1 and 2, so this is 1 and 2. So this is how this data, both tables are interconnected with each other, right? Now, what are the things? Let's see. We have the another table, which is a farmer. Now I'll say select star from this. Now, here we have one more table. So we have the first name, last name, age, contact number, and address. So this is so basically I have done three data, I mean table in a database. Now we are going to develop a RAG application which will which will talk with this database. That is why the name of this particular session is that chat with the SQL database. So this is the project, guys. Any doubt in order to understand about the data set or anything till now, guys, please do let me know in the chat. Any doubt, guys? Yeah, great. Okay, that's nice. That's really good. So now the what are the libraries I'm going to use? We will use it. I told you that since last 3 days we are talking lot of we talked much about the llama index. Now this project I would like to I want that you guys will use the lang chain. Why? And don't worry that I didn't teach you the lang chain, so how you are going to do that. Concepts will be the same. If I talk about if you guys will have any kind of the problem in order to understand about this LangChain library, you can quickly ask with me. I will definitely clear your doubt, and I will explain the code in a way. I am giving you guarantee that you guys will not have any kind of the problem, right? It's my guarantee. Just one thing with you is that you will be have very focused with this session, right? And yeah, of course, this project, this use case, if you are going to use in your resume, this is going to be leave a very good impression on the interviewer who is going to shortlist your resume, right? Because this is everywhere, guys. Every second client is wants to develop such kind of the application in their system, right? So without wasting time, let's start it. So now what I'm going to do, I have this VS Code. Now what I will do that, since so very first, I told you whatever the work you are going to do, in order to whatever the things you are making it, right? Please create a virtual environment first and do in the same virtual environment, right? So let's create a virtual environment. I'm really sorry. Python M VENV, and the virtual environment will be the project one, let's say, or PRGCT. Okay. Let's create the environment in which I would like to use the Python. And I think I need to say something. Yes. Okay, great. Meanwhile, it is this virtual environment is getting installed. If you guys have any problem, do let me know, please. Any problem, guys? Yes, Kumar, uh, Pritam, through Conda, we can also create it. But I just always use the same command, right? It's all up to you how you are going to do that. Okay. Now uh you know uh let's activate this particular virtual environment. So what I'll do, I'll say prgct, then I'll say script, then I'll say activate. Now this virtual environment has been activated, right? Just a second. I'm just guys, just a second. I'm stopping the sharing and I'll share it again. Just give me 1 minute, please. Okay, great. So, guys, I hope you can see the VS Code and all, whatever the things we do. Can you do let me know? Can you see that? VS Code? Great, great. That's great. That's really great. Okay, guys. So let's start to do the things. So very first, what we'll do, see, in any project, very first we need to create something called requirement requirements dot txt, right? Now you guys are asking like what is the requirements dot txt? So requirement dot txt is in a file which contain which just a second. So requirement dot txt is a file which contain all the list of the library which you have installed in order to work with this project, right? So let's see that what are the libraries do we need it. Very first we need LangChain, right? Because this is the framework which we are going to use it, right? Then uh, what else we need it, guys? Um, a part of the LangChain, I don't think that we need it. Okay, yeah, we need the OpenAI also. And OpenAI, we have also installed, when we were working with the Llama Index, right? So for now, let's say that we want to install a two library. Now, let me show you how you can install all this library using the requirement.txt. Since you have listed down all the required libraries in requirements.txt file. So now what you will write it here in order to install all the library in just one hit, you will say pip install -r. Now here requirements.txt, just hit it. So whatever the things you have written here, you can, you know, you can all the libraries which you have written in requirement.txt, all these libraries going to install one by one. So see, just I have given one command pip install requirement.txt. All the libraries is getting installed one by one. Okay. So let's wait till it is downloading. So let's wait, guys. Guys, just I'm waiting for in order to like it will take time. Tomorrow session hoga, yes, of course tomorrow will be the session and tomorrow we'll cover another project. So my agenda is that today I will have to complete this project anyhow. So if it will take 15-20 minutes extra after 2 hours, guys, please be ready for this. And already I have told you about it yesterday, right? Okay, guys, great. The things has installed. So let's start to work on it. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I will say I'm just giving a name. So I'm creating a Jupyter notebook. So chat with SQL. All right. So okay, great. Let it install. I have selected the environment. Great. So very first, I'm writing the important libraries, important libraries which we need to install. So the important libraries are, okay, by mistake, I just the is nothing but pip install LangChain and pip install OpenAI. Great. So these are the libraries which is required. And now what we are going to do, great. Like always, if you remember, we were setting up all like our open API key in the uh, OS environment, right? So the same thing we'll do here also. What I'm going to do here, I'm say setting up the open AI API key in the OS environment, right? My IPY kernel, I mean, is getting installed, so let it install. So it is still installing, guys. So let it install. Let's wait for a couple of seconds, I think. Usually it doesn't take that much time. Meanwhile, it is, let's write the port till then. OS, now OS dot, okay, environ. Again, I'll write open API key AI. Now again, import. So by two ways, actually, we can, setting up our open API. I'll show you the both way. Import OpenAI and now OpenAI.API key is equal to something, the OpenAPI key, right? So again, I will stop the sharing and I'll, set up my OpenAI key and then I will show to you guys, right? As usual, we do. So just a second, let me setting up my OpenAPI key. Just a few seconds, guys. Okay, great. Now I have done with that. Now I'm sharing my screen again. Okay, great. So I have set up my Open API key. Now let's start to work on it. Okay. So now what I'll do that I will import all the necessary libraries, right? So I'm say importing all the necessary library, right? Now what I'll do that. Um, Here. So what are the important libraries do we need it? So very first we need OS, then we need, I hope guys, of course from LangChain. Yesterday I explained you about the concept of agents here, right? So the same thing I'm going to use here, right? And now I'm importing, for now I am saying star. So what does it mean by the star here? So actually it should be from here, right? So now I'm using star. So basically, why is it? Yeah, now it's fine. So star means for now I am importing, I mean I'm just importing all the possible agents which we have in a lang chain, right? So that's it. And but we are not going to use the agent. We'll use a SQL agent, right? LangChain SQL agent, which is useful to talk and take some decisions from the SQL database. Because ultimate our goal is to chat with the SQL, right? Now again, I'll say import LangChain. If you remember how we were importing the LLM from the Llama index, we were saying import like from Llama index.llms import OpenAI. Similarly, here we will do from LangChain. I'll say dot LLMs. I'll say import. We have something called OpenAI here. Here we have something called OpenAI, right? Similar thing, right? Now from LangChain again. Okay, we now see, since we are using the database, SQL database, then we need to connect our Python. We need to connect this particular code to the SQL database, right? So how can we do that? We have something called in LangChain SQL database. Uh, I will import. What I will import it? I will import SQL database. Yeah. So this particular library, right? This particular library, the use of this particular library is to connect with the SQL database, MySQL database, which just I have shown you a couple of minutes ago, right? Before couple of minutes, right? Now, what I'm going to do, the next important library which I'm going to install it is from LangChain dot agents dot agent toolkits. Now, see, agent is nothing but a tool, right? Now, which tool I'm going to use it, I'll show you. I'll import SQL. We have SQL database toolkit. So now, what is this SQL database toolkit? This is the toolkit which I will use it in order to take the decisions, right? In order to, prepare the task, in order to think like what they have to do it, right? So these are the things are there. Now the another one more library is from langchain dot agents. I will import. We have something called agent executor. Now, whatever the things we are agent we are using it, whatever the tool agents tool we will use it, we need to execute it also, right? So in order to execute it, I am going to install an agent executor. So now I'm again going to repeat what are the libraries we are going to import it, and what is the use of like why we are importing all this library, right? So be careful. So be listen carefully. So I am importing OS operating system module. Now I am importing just all the agents here, right? Now OpenAI from LangChain.llms. I am importing OpenAI, right? Because we are going to use the OpenAI models, GPT 3.5. Right. Now, since we will have to chat with the SQL database, MySQL database. Now we need to connect with that MySQL server, right? So in order to connect with the MySQL server, I am using the SQL database, right? From the LangChain.SQL database. Now one agent will be there who will take the decision, who will who will decide like what and how they will have to execute the things, right? So in order to do that kind of the things, I'm using the SQL database toolkit from the as LangChain agents agent toolkit. Now, in order, since this is the agent toolkit, in order to execute it, I'm going to just importing the agent executor. So now I'm going to execute it. So guys, any doubt in this step? Like, because these are the important things you should know about, like what are the libraries and why you are going to importing it. Quickly do let me know if you have any confusion here. Definitely you will face a lot of the uh, issues in later sessions. Great. Can you repeat SQL database toolkit? So I think, Sibaski, if you remember, yesterday I was talking about agents. So what is agent actually? Agents are nothing but these are the tools provided by the frameworks, I mean Gen AI frameworks, which take some decision, right? So suppose if I will give you some task, you will decide it, and according to the task, you will take some decision, right? So basically, you are the human, you can think and decide it, right? But this is the LLMs, right? Here we should have something which will uh, take the decision and decide when and how the things will be executed, right? So agent will be the person, agent will be the right person in the LangChain and the Llama index who perform all these tasks. So similarly, the SQL database toolkit is an agent tool which will, so suppose anything we will be asked it, the agent SQL database toolkit will is going to, very first, right, it will create the step by step execution is in the memory, that okay, in the very first step it is have to do something like that, and then he is going to create the SQL query, then he is going to hit it, right? So the step by step executions, how the step by step execution is going to be happen, this kind of the decision is going to be taken by the SQL database toolkit. I hope I have given your answer, right? Is it clear, Sibaski? Great, guys. Now what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to install the important library, right? I'm going to install important, not important library. Already we have done it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect to your database. All right. So let's connect it. So now how can we connect with the database? Uh, we have some credits for this. So very first, we need the DB username. Right. So my DB username, I have kept root. So this is the credential for database. So when you are going to install the MySQL, these are the data, some credential you will have it. So the same credential you will give it here, right? Now I'll say DB password, right? Password we should have to give it here. The password I have kept very simple, 12345, right? Then what I'll say, DB host. What kind of the host do we need it? So the name is for my is local host, right? Okay. Then we need something called DB name. So DB name, if you remember, it was nothing but AHI database we had it, right? So the same thing I'll give it here, right? So I hope what are these four lines? It is clear for everyone, right? Mohammed, you can use it, of course, .env thing, you can use it. But for now, we are doing the experiments, right? So we'll perform the experiment. So that is why I'm writing all the things here only, right? Now, I'm going to use DB. So if you remember, we have imported SQL database. Now, SQL database from URI, we have some method called from URI. Now, what I'll write it here. I have already copied it from the, from the documentation. All this thing I'll say here. right? So what I'm going to do, I'm creating a URL in order to connect with the database. So this thing is going to be same. And now here I'm putting all the credential with respect to my database. Now I'm going to execute it. Now it will take some time, and now I'm getting an error. Okay, so now it is saying that I will have to install PyMySQL library because I didn't install it. So let's install it at the top. So I'll say pip install py this library. So let's install it, guys, right? I knew that I will get some errors also with respect to library issues. So whatever the issues we'll get it, we'll try to solve it here. Now I have installed it. Let's execute it once again. Now, once I have installed that particular library, this issue has gone, right? Now we are connected with the database. Any guys, anything, any problem, guys, still here? Is it clear? I will ask again and again after every step. I will ask to all of you that is it clear or not, so that I will be make sure that you are getting the things exactly, right? Great. Now what I'm going to do, I will set up the LLMs, right? See, set up the LLM. I'll say toolkit, which we have imported, and agent executor, right? I am going to do that. So very first, in creating the, you know, initializing the LLM model. Which model? So I will say from uh, langchain.chat, since we will have to do the chat with that with the SQL. That is why I'm going to install the chat models. And the same thing I have shown you in using the Llama index also, right? Oh, we have something called chat OpenAI here. Right now, I am going to create an LLM, which is chat OpenAI. Now, here, what I'm going to I'll give the model name, right? So I'll give the model name. The model name will be the same GPT 3.5 Turbo, right? GPT 3.5 Turbo, right? So now we have created the LLM. Let's initialize the toolkit. Now, be focused. What I'm going to do, I'm just creating a variable by name toolkit. Now, we have installed the SQL database toolkit over here, right? See here. Now the same thing, I'm going to use it. And now here I will say DB. We have created a DB also. See here, this is the DB. So the DB connection will give it here. And we will give the LLM. So the toolkit, we have created the agent. Our task with respect to agent is done. Now we need to create we need to make the agent executor in order to execute this agent, right? Then our task has done. So I'll say agent executor, right? And I'll say we have something called create SQL agent, I think. Here we have the create SQL agent. Now, let's see what are the things we need to pass it. Mm, I'm just reading in front of you guys. Do we have purpose here? Literal toolkit, this. Okay, fine. So very first, I am giving LLM. LLM will be LLM. Then the agent. I mean the which tool we have used for the agent. So here we have created the agent, we have initialized the agent tool, right? Now I'm going to use that toolkit, gonna be toolkit, right? And let's write the verbose. I'm setting up true so that we can track it what is going behind the picture, right? Now let's done. Okay, now we have done, guys. That's the simple code, right? Now, what I'm doing over there, I'm going, I'm saying let's ask the questions. All right. Now I'm saying agent executor dot, we have something called run. Now, if you remember, we had three tables. So let's ask how many table do we have? Tables do we have? Let's run it, guys. See, see the step, guys. This is the main working of as agent. It is saying entering new SQL agent executor chain. Now, see, I told you that yesterday. I told you that agent is something who thinks, who read, who thinks, who takes the decision. Now agent is thinking. What he agent is thinking? I need to first determine how many tables are in the database. Action is SQL DB list table. It has given just some name. Now action input. So this three table he got it. I have a list of table in the database. Now it got it. Now again he think the thought is I should count the number of tables in the list. See, very first what it does, it think it that I need to first determine how many tables that it has in a table database, right? It find that it has these tables, right? It is saying that that particular agent will have to count this all the things, right? So I should, it is saying that agent is thinking like I should count the number of tables in the list. So the count numbers, this former none, so I should count the number of table in the list. It has counted it, and you are getting that there are three table in the database: cattle ownership and farmer, right? So this is the first thing, right? So guys, are you getting it how agent is working internally? Why I was saying that this is the person, I mean this is the library who will be responsible for taking the important decisions with respect to your questions. Is it clear, guys? Please do let me know. Any doubt till now? Any doubt, guys? I'm waiting in the chat. No, no, no. Clear. Great, great, great. Okay, let's ask some more question then. Okay. Okay. So what I am going to ask, mm, let's ask how many rows do we have in cattle table, right? Now, I'm see again, it is doing it. It is thinking that I need to check the number of rows in the cattle in the database. Now it is running the query, guys. Select count from this to this to this, right? This is the query. It executed it, and now it has given us answer that there are 50 rows in the cattle table, right? Now let's ask a more question. Let's some bit difficult questions, right? Now I'll say agent.executor.run. I'll say extract all the data from cattle table where color is black, where color is animal color is black, right? Is black. Let's see what response we are getting it. Um, see. it has written the query, a lot big query. Now it is giving data from the cattle table where animal color is black has been retrieved successfully, but where it is, I didn't get it actually. Okay, it has extracted the thing. So this is something here. Uh, we need to ask like how many animals, something like that, right? So I'm going to ask how many animals in the data in the cattle table. This is something we need to ask it. So let's update the question. We asked some question in a wrong way. How many animals in cattle table? Where color is this? Let's see that. Now total 10. It is given us there are 10 animals are there and it has written the query with respect to that. So this is how it works, guys. Any doubt till now? Let's ask uh let's ask some bit uh let's ask some kind of visualization things. I know like GPT 3.5 is not good, very much good with respect to the visualization, but let's see that. We give me the chart of visualization of the cattle table. Now it is executing. Let's see is it giving or not. But where is the chart? Actually, I'm trying to see. Uh, it is not showing. I think we need to upgrade the model. Okay, you are saying that ask some join. Okay, sure, I'll ask it. What can I ask? Mm, let me think it. Okay, so I'm asking this question. I have already written down some questions with respect to this data set. So see the average price, if you remember, the price was in the farmer table and all the animal details was in the cattle table and there so basically here we are using the all the three tables, right? So now let's see that is it working or not. Agent executor isn't defined. I think I have given the wrong spelling. Now what I'm going to do. Okay. So what is the average price of Hereford breed? So now let's see that is it giving or not. So it should be actually I have manually calculated all this thing. It should be something 1800 45 something like that. See exactly we are getting $1845, right? So it is giving us whatever the things you will ask it, it will give it, right? Obviously, currently I have only 50 data set, but if you have a large data set, definitely it will take some time, right? And it this time more maximum time is totally depends on your machine, right? Any confusion, guys, till now? Any kind of the doubt? Yes, do you have any question? Okay, this is clear for all of you, right? Great. That's really great. Okay, nice guys. So this experiment things is done. Now what we are going to do? I'll say I'm going let's write the script preparation with respect to this particular use case. Right. Now I'm saying shared with SQL, chat SQL dot py. So this is the Python script, guys, right? So now very first what we need to do that uh we will have to, import all this library first. So, let's write a command. I'm saying importing the library. Now, I'm going to create a class. So I'm saying class. The name of this class is chat with SQL, right? Now, in that class, see, whenever you are going to give it, you are going to, defining any class, make sure you will generate the docs. You will write a doc string. So if I will write the doc string, here we'll have to tell us like what is the purpose of right using this particular class, and this is this comes under the best practices, right? So that suppose you have done with your code, now the another developer is coming and he is starting with your code, he will be able to understand it just by read that, okay, this particular class is useful for this use cases, right? So that is why it is very important to write the comments and doc string in your code. That will keep the neat and clean your code. Okay, so let's write it. So this you can write the chat with SQL class is used for you can say chat and query the user questions with the SQL database. Okay, so now we have done it. Let's create a constructor. So I'm saying def init. Here will be the self, and lot of the things are required, right? So very first, what are the things are required? See here. Hmm, these things are very much required, right? So what I'm going to write, I am passing all this thing as an argument here, right? Right. Now here you can just write a doc string. This is a constructor class. You can say this is an constructor class of the chat with SQL. Constructor method होता है actually. This is a constructor method of the shared with the SQL class, right? That's it. Now here what you are going to do, you will define all the things. Self dot db user, I'll say, is equal to this. Then we have something called we have uh okay, we should not have to give the comma here. Then self dot right. So now we have initialize the constructor. Now what I'm going to do over here, uh I'll say def, I am just message. I'm just taking creating a method which name will be the message, and this will take the query of as an attribute, right? And see, whenever you are going to create a method, so you will have to properly give the summary of like what this message does, right? Now, this message, what is the use of this particular message, guys? So you will say that message method will take the query of the from the user and process the result and return the response, right? What are the argument it is taking? It is taking query type is gonna be a string, right? And description, what is this variable? You can say this is this is the questions of the user. Now it will return also something, returns what it will return, response. Its type also be string, and you can say that this is the response generated by the LLMs. So this is how basically you will do all this thing, right? Now what I'm going to do, let's write all the things what we have done in our experiment, right? So we need to install this also. So what we need to, I'm going to do, I am going to import it all those things, right? Over somewhere here. Now I'm saying initializing the you can say initializing the LLM. LLM, sorry, LLM, whatever. So this line I will copy it from here. I'll paste it here, right? Now initializing the toolkit, you can say. Initializing the toolkit, this, and okay, but before that toolkit, we didn't connect our database, right? That is where we are going getting an error. So very first, let's connect the database. So connecting with database DB. Now I'm going to use this particular lines of the code, and let's keep it here. And I'll say the value with respect to this already we'll get it from here. Now only thing I'll have to write is self dot, right? Self dot and self dot and self dot. Why? Because already we are taking all these things from the constructor. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm saying now we can write this toolkit we have initialized. Now what's left? Okay, let's creating the agent executor. You can say creating the agent executor. Right now you can write it over here. See, okay, now great. Now whatever the question you will ask it should be in the response, and you can say you can write this code over here, and you can store it in the response, right? And here it should be self dot query or only query, which this query I am getting from that particular method. Okay. Any doubt, guys, in this script, whatever we have written till now? Any doubt? Please do let me know in the chat. Any doubt, guys? Okay, great. What about the other guys? We have 20 people in this class. Okay, so I just need, I want to hear from everyone. Just give me the 20 comments. I mean 20 chat response in the in the chat section, guys. Please do it quickly. If clear, then clear. Otherwise, just say no clear. I'll explain. I will explain. Definitely, I will explain all the things. Okay. Clear. We have clear, 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 clear. Great. Nice. Okay. Now, whatever the response we have got it, we need to return it. Okay. Now we have done with this. Let's execute this script and let's see that are we getting the things or not. So what I'm going to do very first, we'd have to create the object of this class, right? So I am just saying object this. Okay. No, chat with SQL. We'd have to pass something, some all these things. I think I need to pass it. Root 1235 localhost and all, right? I'll give it here, not here exactly. Okay. So we are passing all these four parameters, right? One, two, three, four. So the four parameters we have passed it here, right? Now we have created the object. Now let's obj dot we have something called message method, and here we'll ask the question. Any question you can ask it. Let's say any kind of the question you can ask it here. Here is the question, right? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to terminal. I will just clear the screen. I will ask, I will execute that particular code, right? Python and chat with SQL dot not this particular code. So let's execute it. Let's see that whether is there any kind of the error in our project or not. Okay. So okay, I think we got an error, and let's say that what is the error. Okay. Okay, guys, we didn't set up the open API key, so that's why it is saying it, right? So what we can do that here in here, what we can do, we can set up the open API key also. So in the very first, let's set up the open API key os.environ, and I'll say API open API key open API. No, open AI API key AP. Now, again, I'll have to stop the screen because you guys know why. Mm, what I'll do, let me do one thing. I will create an env file, okay? I'll say dot env dot env, right? And I'm writing open AI API key. I will write my Open API key here. Just a second, guys. It won't take much time. I hope you guys can understand why I'm saying all of these things. Okay, just a second, guys. Just a small second. No. Where I kept somewhere, I forget where I stored my API. I'm just looking into it. Just a second. Just a second, guys. I forget where I keep. I'm just looking one by one, all this thing in our library. Okay. Oh God, where I kept it. Just 1 minute, guys. What the hell? Just a second, guys. I'm just looking like where I actually forget where I kept my API. I'm just looking. I'm trying to find it. Uh, okay, I think. Okay, I'm just quickly creating the another one. Just a second, guys. I'm not getting it actually. I'm really sorry for this inconvenience. Just a second. Just a second. Just a right. Just a second, guys. Quickly, I'm creating it. Okay. Okay, fine. I'm sharing my screen, guys. Mm, yeah. I hope you guys can see the screen, right? Fine. Now I have created this .env things. Now what I'm going to do, I will again execute the code. Let's see what will be happen. Uh, no module.env. So what I will do that quickly, I will install the things. Pip install.env. Great, great. So it's getting downloaded. Let it be download. Then I think we will be able to execute our script because this is one only error we were getting it. Okay. Is there any issues? I don't think that there's an issue. Let's execute it again. Python.env we have it, right? Uh no, we have. Let it be installed. Meanwhile, we'll see that. Just a second. Let me quickly see. Hmm, I think we have python.env something, right? Uh, we would have to write something like that because we ultimately we are using the python.env things, right? So now it is done, and now let's execute our code. I hope everything will be fine. Let's see, is it or not? And yeah, I can wait it. If I will get error, I will try to solve it, and you will also get an idea how can we do that. Okay. Now it is saying that the function is not callable. Okay. So guys, I know that, but I am giving this error to all of you. Try to solve it from yourself. I just want to like all of you will try to give your thoughts. How can you solve that, right? I'm posting the answer here. Try to get it. Why we are getting the answer, right? Why we are getting the error. And please do let me know, right? Guys, are you getting it? What I want with you? I will be wait for 5 minutes. I just want to see like what, how can you think? How can you solve this particular problem? Okay, so someone is saying data type issue. So okay, let me, what I'm going to do, I will convert it into the string. Okay. Now let's see that. Let's see. Again, we are getting the same issue, guys. Guys, anyone guys who wants to tell that why this kind of issue are we getting? Guys, please, quick, guys, quick. I'm just asking the solution with all of you, right? I'm just, I just want to see that, like how you guys, solve the approach. लो टर्मिनल हटा दिया so that we can full हाँ लो हटा दिया ठीक है. चलो भाई हटा दिया मैंने कोड भी हटा दिया ठीक है. जैसा कहोगे वैसा कर देंगे यार ठीक है. बस बताओ तो कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है. नहीं भाई, ये तो नहीं होगा जहां तक मुझे लगता है। Anyone else, guys? Anyone else? Just think it, guys. I'm not judging you, right? Right. I am not judging you. I just want an, just want to see like, how can you think it? Guys, I'm telling you, this is the path that we have to give it here, I think. Okay. This is a path of that. Let me run it again. Okay. Again, we are getting the function is not callable, right? What does it mean? It means that why this function? Okay, I get to know what's the issue. The one issue was this, it should be in that form, not in the square bracket. And it should be not in like that. Okay. So this was the first thing. Now let's execute it once again. Mm, Okay, now we are getting some another error. Let's see that string expected not none type. So let's convert it into the string. I think let's see the issues where. What I'm going to do, I'm going to clear the things. I will write it again so that we'll see like where exactly we are getting the issue. Mm, I think I need to convert it into the string also. Uh-oh. Just okay. Here is the issue. So I will convert into to the string. Let's see that. Is it fine or not? Okay, fine. It is executing. But there's some other another issue we got it. Error message incorrect API key provided. You cannot find your why the API key is incorrect, right? Let me see the reason, guys. I'll have to check again my API. Mm, just a second. Why I am getting my API key? Is it not same? Just a second, guys. I'm just checking the key, like whether the key is correct or not. Mm, Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's do one thing. There's issue, I think. I am trying to resolve it. I have another way also. So what I will do, I will just paste it normally and I will set up all this thing here and I will close it. I'm also very smart. No issue, guys. Fine. I'm sharing the things again. Thanks for understanding the things and keep the patience, sorry. Uh, Project using LangChain. Mm, yeah. Right. So what I have done, guys, I have just given my credits here normally, and then I'll try to execute it again. Okay. Lot of the warnings. Okay, now I'm getting the response, guys. Okay. So see, finish the chain, but we didn't receive the answer because in order to get the answer, we need to print it. Okay. We need to print it. Now I have printed the things. Now what I am going to do, I will do it again. Okay. Guys, any problem in order to understand all this thing? Please do let me know. Are you facing any challenges, difficulties? Do let me know in the chat or everything is clear. See there, I'm getting the 50 as an answer. Okay. So two things we have achieved. We have seen how can we do the experiments and we have written the script. Script preparation is also done. So two thing is clear. Any doubt here? Nice. Just a second, guys. Hmm, clear, clear. What about the others, guys? Okay. So now what I'm going to do, guys, I told you that we will work with three things. I will see how can we do the experiment. This is also done. Script preparation is also done. The one more thing is left, which is the API creation. So I am saying this is app.py. Now here what I'm going to use, I will be use the Flask, right? So in order to do that, what I'll do that, I'll quickly install the Flask here. So I will say pip install Flask, right? Now I'll install the Flask. And by using the Flask framework, we will we'll see how can we do the that particular basically how can we create the library. Okay, the spelling of Flask is wrong. Now let's see, guys. Okay, let it install. So what I am going to do, I have already a code already. I will explain it right now. What I'll do that I will import the libraries. I will keep the route method as in a send message. And since we have a get post method, I think you all are familiar here. Now what I will do that I will import this thing very first. So I will say uh, from chat with SQL, I would like to import. We have some class called chat with SQL. Yeah, this is the class, right? Now, I hope you guys, while creating that string, while creating that dog string, right? Yeah. So, see, I was writing this dog string. Do you guys want to see the benefit of this dog string? See here, when you will hover on this particular thing, you can read it. Chat with SQL class is used for chat and query this and this and this. Whatever the things you have written over here, right? So this is the uses of that. So if you think that, okay, why did we install it? You will hover on it, you will get to know like what is this and whatever the doc string, whatever the definition you have written in the doc string. Now what I'll do that we'll have to create the object with respect to this particular, right? Now what I'm going to do, obj is equal to, I mean obj should be your this. So basically all this thing we will give it here. See, right now I'll write the same thing, but here what I'll write, I'll just write obj dot message. Now here you can give the questions. What are the question you want to ask it? Okay. Questions can be any question. It can be like I'm saying the same. Let's ask the same question. Uh, this one. And let's comment out all this thing. And what I will do that this particular thing, the response, I will response it in there. And now I will return it over here. Okay, now message, if you will click on the message, if you will do hover on the message, you will get a complete message. What are the arguments at stake? What is the return type? Everything you will get it. So that's the benefit of writing this dog string, right? It will increase the readability of your code. I hope you are getting it, guys, right? So now you have, you have done with this is the API creation. Now, if you want to deploy it, what you can do that you can simply comment this code, right? And just what you can do, just go on the terminal and just write python app.py. If you will just write it, this whole project is going to be live on the local host, right? So if wherever you have deployed it, wherever you have deployed this particular application, right? See, serving Flask API, debugging, and this is the, you can say this is the link, local host. This is the link where it is live now, right? So, and now API, which we are going to use it, this will be the API. So, wherever you want to use it, just use this API. Just use this API. This will be your API slash send message slash send. That is the API name, guys. So now your API creation is also done. So the whole backend things is completed. So any doubt, guys? So today, you know what I have explained you. I have seen, like we all have seen how can we create the Jupyter notebook? How can we create the, do the experimentation? How can we create the .py file? Just that particular Python script preparation, and we have also seen that how can we do the deployment with respect to API using the Flask. So this is how exactly we do work in the industry, right? The backend things we prepare and all. Any doubt, guys? Do you have it? Okay, fine. That's great. Any doubt, guys, from anyone else? Developer do what exactly does Gen AI developer do? The lecture seems so easy. Where does the most of effort go? See, Baski. Uh, See, all the things, if truly I will say, the Gen AI developers' task will be finished. Whatever things they will be get, if he knows all the things, all the concept, all the things is getting finished in just 1 day, right? So, what we do actually, हम बोल देते हैं कि 1 हफ्ते लग जाएंगे। हो सकता है कि कोई चीजें हमें ऐसी भी हो सकती हैं कि जो हमें आती ही ना हो, तो हमें रिसर्च तो करना है ना, तो एक बफर टाइम तो हम लेके चलेंगे। और अगर 2 दिन में डेवलप हो गया तो 4 दिन मस्ती करेंगे हम। ठीक है, तो दिस इज हाउ द टाइम गोज। सो यू आर सेइंग दैट वी कैन मेंशन दिस प्रोजेक्ट इन सीवी? यस, 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 यू कैन मेंशन। हु इज दिस? एनी doubt? Do you have it? Jitendra Shakya. You, because you are asking that, see, do you, if you are thinking that Gen AI project is going to be very large, which have 4 to 5 scripts, now nothing is like that. One use cases have maximum 100 lines of the code. Maximum, I'm telling you guys that anything can have 100 lines of the code. Just think that here we have 50 lines of the code around. So in that case, if you will have to just ask with some PDF and all, so instead of, here we are reading the database actually, instead of this, just you read some couple of files, right? Couple, if you will have to scrap the website here, instead of this, maybe you will scrap some website, you extract the text, and then you will do perform the Q&A over there. So this is how it. Gen AI project is not going to be very long. The only thing is you should have a good understanding of the Python knowledge, Python programming knowledge. That's it. Python sample interview question for Gen AI. I will share. I will find it, right, guys. I'll have to. I'll look like from. I'll do some research on it, right. I will keep this thing in my mind, and I will share you in tomorrow's lecture. Okay, I will create a document in which you will have several links, all the questions with respect to answer, and will share you, right. I don't want to share in it. I don't want to share quickly because a lot of the thing will be there, right. So I just want, like, if I will share any resources, it will be work for you, right. Yeah, all the code you will get it by tomorrow. All the code you will get it by tomorrow. Definitely. One is the reason that why I'm not sharing the resources, because what I think that if I am writing in a code, I want that you guys will write the code by looking the video, right? Because if I will give you the code, you will copy it, you will paste it. So you will not get the idea if you are not going to type the code from yourself. This is the main reason that I didn't share the GitHub link. But by tomorrow, definitely I will share it, right? So that it will be work for you in future. Because I know that if I will share the things with you, you will copy it from the Git, paste it on your Jupyter notebook, just will make some changes, you will make some changes in the path and you will execute it. You will not going to try to understand even. If you will say that, oh, my code is executing, that's it, I'm the Gen AI developer. No, nothing is like that, dude. Uh, just pause the video, type the code, understand it. You will get. You are not going to become any kind of any type of developer until and unless you are not going to face lots of the error, right. I'm not talking about error, lots of the error, right. Great, Mohammed. Great, great. Yes, Suman, you can use any database, it whether it is in Azure, whether it is on AWS, right, whether it is on MongoDB, any database you can use it. right? It can LangChain has a wide range of functionality, right? You can even, I hope you guys have heard about ML ops. Now LangChain came up with the LLM ops, right? With Langsmith and Langserve, right? So LangChain is really doing very good in terms of in the field of Gen AI and LLM, right? Thank you, Abhishek. Sure, sure, Mohammed, you can do it. You can use the Llama index if you have a good, you know, good laptop. यार मेरे पास 16 GB का रैम है यार, उसमें क्या ही आप 120 GB का मॉडल डाउनलोड करोगे, राइट? Any question, guys? I'm open, like we have done with our project. I any kind of the question if you have related to data science, machine learning, deep learning, NLP, I'm open to answer it, guys. What is the expected salary and job role for AI developer? See, salary depends on your skill. So if you are a beginner, minimum you will get 5 to 6, in between 5 to 6 LPA. It can goes to 90 or 95 lakhs. It's all up to you guys. And it's all up to your skill. One of my friend is getting 78 LPA in Bangalore as an AI developer. Tomorrow plan is that we will work with the RAG application using Llama Index. That is gonna be our last project. I mean the last project and last day I will be with you guys. So yeah, the minimum GPU and memory to run the without OpenAI. At least 16 GB GPU you should have it, right? You should have at least 16 GB GPU. समझ रहे हो? एंड गाइज लाइक कल आई थिंक आप लोग का सेशन पॉसिबल नहीं होगा, बट हाँ, सेशन तो एक होगा, राइट? सो आपके जो डैशबोर्ड होगा ना, वो कैंपस एक्स का डैशबोर्ड वहां पे होगा, बिकॉज ये 4 ही सेशन सीन में थे, राइट? और मेरा समथिंग ऐसा था कि मैं 2 दिन में सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स क्लियर कर दूंगा और 2 दिन में प्रोजेक्ट क्लियर कर दूंगा, तो 4 दिन ही मैंने मतलब मांगे थे नीतीश से। बट अभी क्या हो गया ना कि मेरे को थोड़ा सा डेप्थ में जाना पड़ा और चीजें एक्सप्लेन करने में 3 दिन लग गए, बेसिक्स क्लियर करने में, और ये आज एक दिन लग गया प्रोजेक्ट में। तो अभी मेरे को एक दिन और चाहिए होएगा, तो सारी चीजें अरेंज रहती हैं पहले से, लाइक सारे कोर्सेज सारे शेड्यूल पहले से ही अरेंज रहते हैं। तो टाइम निकालना पड़ेगा, फिर डेट्स देखने पड़ेंगे, तो लॉट ऑफ द थिंग्स रहती हैं यार बैकएंड में। तो वो देख के आप लोग को मेल चला जाएगा विद रिस्पेक्ट टू द अनदर सेशन, ओके? और 1 मिनट रुको गाइस, 1 मिनट, अभी जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। आपको पता है कि आप लोग को फीडबैक फॉर्म चाहिए, राइट? फीडबैक फॉर्म मैं दे रहा हूँ, फटाक से फीडबैक भर दो। और प्लीज गाइज उस पे भी कर दो ना, क्या बोलते हैं, वहां पे जाके, वेबसाइट पे जाके, दिस इज द वन थिंग आई एम आस्किंग विद ऑल ऑफ यू, दैट एक फेवर कर दो कि अपने फीडबैक जरूर शेयर करो, ठीक है? ऑन वेबसाइट एज वेल एज ऑन द फॉर्म ऑल्सो। So actually it helps me to explain the things, right? I got the insight from all of you that okay, hey, this is how I'll have to explain it. I try to make myself, I what see, teaching कैसे होती है मैं बताता हूँ एक्चुअली। मतलब पढ़ाई कैसे होती है, if you are in a class, but I think that this is the level of the trainer, I mean this is the level of the teacher, this is the level of the student, right? So ये कभी हो ही नहीं सकता कि ये स्टूडेंट अपना लेवल ऊपर लेके आए, और ये कभी भी नहीं हो सकता कि ट्रेनर अपना लेवल एकदम नीचे लेके आए। दोनों को क्या है, ट्रेनर को भी अपना लेवल नीचे लेके आना पड़ता है, स्टूडेंट्स को भी अपना लेवल ऊपर लेके जाना पड़ता है, तब जाके एक बराबर में ब्रिज बन पाता है, राइट। सो दिस इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली हैपन, लाइक तो अगर कोई भी ट्रेनर है वो अपना लेवल नीचे नहीं लेके जा रहा है, तो यार वो बंदा स्टूडेंट है, अभी वो फ्रेशर है, बिगिनर है, वो कितना ही अपनी चीज को ऊपर लेके जाएगा। और अगर ये भी सोच लो कि ट्रेनर अपना लेवल कितना ही नीचे लेके जाएगा, तो तुम दोनों को अपने आप को एडजस्ट करना पड़ता है, राइट। गाइस एक चीज बताओ, ये जो गूगल फॉर्म मैंने शेयर किया है वो एक्सेसिबल है सबको? गाइस प्लीज बताना मेरे को। फाइन। तो अगर क्लिक कर ही दियो तो फिर अब रेटिंग भी कर ही दो यार। और फिर वेबसाइट पे प्लीज कर देना यार रेटिंग, ठीक है। दिस इज जस्ट अ रिक्वेस्ट फॉर यू, आई मीन आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग विद ऑल ऑफ यू। Any guys, any problem, any question, do you have it? Please ask. If yes, if you guys have any question, right? We still have some time. Fine. If nobody have any question, that's all for today. Thank you for joining this session, guys, and let's meet in the another class with the last lecture and last project. That's all for today. Thank you so much, guys. Now you can leave it and don't forget to give the feedback. लीव करो यार, तुम सब जाओगे तभी मैं जाऊंगा ना यार। गुड नाइट guys, good night everyone. I will provide, definitely I will provide the roadmap. Kumar Pritam, in next class I will give you a complete link how what are the things you'll have to follow it. Thank you, PK. Pritam Kumar actually. Thanks guys. Thank you so much. And I'm not just closing the meeting. That's all for today. Thank you so much, guys. Bye bye.